I'm waiting though for the next update. Now I'm assuming I bet you my guts tell me the official trailer is going to drop during the Super Bowl weekend. But what do we do between now and then? What do we do between now and then? Happy New Year, everybody. I'm a little late to this whole everything. I found out, well, I'll tell you how I found out, but I was still in upside down. In Stranger Things land, they had a premiere. No, they had a special screening for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and I was in both things. So then when I got home yesterday, I passed out. So as they say, better late than never. Um, so let's just get into this real quick because I need to go. All right. Hello, everybody. I know this came out of nowhere. It is 11. It's pretty much work hours for most people. Unless you're one of those lucky people to get New Year's Day and the day after. For 40 days and 40 nights, Lord was on his side. For 40 days and 40 nights, Lord was on his side. What about baby boy? What's up? Happy New Year. Was anybody else aware of this? I mean, we'll just go through this quick presentation how I found out. But the intro is coming from a live that we aired on December 11th, 2025. It was in reference of Stranger Things, looking for or hoping for more Michael Jackson references in the season. If you want to know that answer, make sure you tune in for my thoughts about Stranger Things season finale. I'm going to try to do that tonight. But yeah, somebody was the winner. That's all I'm going to say. She told my baby she did something. Then she looked at me. Happy New Year, Cheyenne. Lucky number 7 are in the room. That's what's up. FYI, I've just recently found out from MJ Vibes, I believe their website is, that Japan's release of the Michael Jackson biopic will be in June 12th. How interesting. So I'm sure there's going to be some Japanese Michael Jackson fans flying to the States just to see this in real time. We have this awesome Japanese fan group that comes all the way from Japan, all the way to the United States, usually around June 25th, to go to Forest Lawn. And I'm like, they do it all the time. They come up with their Michael Jackson dolls. I said, I wonder if they're coming up here for the biopic in April. So how did I find out? Because honestly, if it wasn't for this, this person posting out of not known, I found out from Prince Jackson's Instagram account. It was in his stories. And then I text Tori and I said, Tori, what's going on? So I was hoping to do a not dual live, but a live with her with the reaction, but she was not available. So it worked out. I passed out anyway. So shout out to my Japanese and of course all my MJ fan internationally. We love you all. The love is just so amazing when we meet fans from all across the world. Michael Jackson's fan group is the most unique and supportive fan group you'll ever meet. Like I belong to the Star Wars community, Marvel community. Like I have a couple little communities, but I ain't gonna lie, ain't nothing like the Moonwalkers. Just so much love and support for Michael and his legacy, and of course for the fandom. So we are going to get into watching, I guess it's another teaser, but I wonder, do you guys think the official trailer is going to drop on Super Bowl day or sooner or later? Think about that while we watch the trailer and let's get into it. Oh, sorry. There we go. Let me just see if I can. Yeah. Let's go. So basically, this is the teaser formatted in another way. But that was super smart because it's like saying not only it's Happy New Year, it's a Michael year. Welcome to the year of Michael. I'm here for it. What's up, One Glove Entertainment? Whoop whoop. So, we're not getting new footage, but it's just like a nice Happy New Year. It's Michael's year. Let's celebrate in that way. So, I'm excited for this chapter. I know for this channel, there's going to be a lot more Michael Jackson stuff, and of course the Jackson family stuff moving forward, just to get ready for this. Someone said they could hear "Stranger in Moscow" in the vocal sounds in the new teaser. All right, let's play it again. I'm gonna take off my headphones though, because surprisingly, my sound is actually outside of this. Hey, what's up, lady? Happy New Year! And of course, Happy New Year to One Glove. All right, let's play this one more time. Let me just switch out something real quick. We're listening for a possible notes of Stranger in Moscow. All right. Happy New Year, Cheryl. What's good? Let's go. I still didn't hear it, but I'm so here for this. My God. Did anybody expect anything to be dropping for New Year's Day? Like, I didn't see this coming. I knew like we were something was to come, but when? No clue. I'm expecting a trailer to be released on February 1st. Very specific. Why February 1st? Why February 1st? Hey Grant, Happy New Year. Definitely the first bars in oh, you hear it. I need to get some headphones. There are headphones on the actual computer, but whatever. Hey Jeff, Happy New Year to you. Stranger in Moscow is my best. Listen, that song. Does anybody else sing that song in their head when it rains? There is a universal language about that song if you can relate to the lyrics. I don't care if you're a stranger in your home, stranger in your environment, but there are moments in our life where we sometimes feel like we are a stranger amongst anything. Like, I've always felt like an outcast. I used to resent it. Now I embrace it. Sometimes, you are you are an outsider. It's okay. Super Bowl, okay. Trisha, where do you plan to see the biopic? Would you go? I would like to. If anybody wants to invite me to the red carpet the other day, I wish I had no, I do have the footage. Hold on, it's a YouTube. Let me show you what my delusional behind did the other day. It was so funny, but it was just so me. I was like, I'm going to do something ridiculous on New Year's Eve. I I have the footage. It's on my actual YouTube page. So while I'm waiting for this to queue up, New Year's Eve, we had the Stranger Things fan event to see the finale. I had the audacity to come there with a mic and lights and just set up shop as if I was a correspondent for Netflix. Yes, I did. And just started interviewing a couple of people, about 24-minute live. Now the downfall is the microphone is new and I'm still learning it, and I must have had the noise cancellation on. But the point is people were like literally coming up to me, like "Oh, what is this for?" I said, "My channel." And at the time, there was only 4 people watching. I said, 4 people are watching. I don't care. So with that being said, not only that I wouldn't mind going to the red carpet, but I wouldn't mind being a correspondent. I think that would be really fun. Um, okay, that's a good connection. For February is Black History Month too, so it might fit well. Absolutely, February 1st is significant for Michael as the day in 1988 his Moonwalker came out, his autobiography. That's awesome. You knew that. Okay. My vote, my vote could I'm for a February 1st release. If we're gonna do this is my suggestion. If you guys are gonna release stuff, let it be Easter eggs like either Lucky Number 7, like Cheryl made the connection about the autobiography and tie that stuff in. That might be another opportunity to maybe have a re-release and maybe something special for, like if you buy the autobiography, you can get free tickets for the biopic. Like make it all connect. Let's have connective tissue marketing. Michael Jackson was brilliant with doing that kind of stuff. So why don't just keep those I call it the Michael Jackson magic going. It's Michael was very strategic in when he did things and why he did things, whether you knew it or not. Like it was just part of Michael Jackson and how he rocks. But let's look at me being delusional at AMC the other day. Here we go. Let me just first connect the actual screen. No. There we go. Here I said. All right, here we go. So this is me acting like. I like Nancy, but I don't like her voice. I don't like her voice. Yeah. Sorry about this. Johnny can go, and you have to get back to CV Nancy. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. By the way, I was dressed as Michael Jackson for this event. Again, hoping to have Stranger Things and Thriller in there. I didn't quite. I got my little beat it pin on. Basically, I was dressed like a '80s Michael Jackson fan since the show took place in the '80s. It came out. The time frame for Stranger Things was hopefully people are with what was it 83 to 89 now because the series is officially over. But yes, I would love to go to the red carpet. To answer your question, I don't know where I will be for now. It is slated for New York, but my gut is telling me to go to California. So I'm in the process of getting a few things straightened out. Oh my gosh. So here's a funny story about this lady here. I was at work yesterday and you know, you guys don't know I'm a customer service. So I have a very, very public job. That lady's husband goes, "Hey, weren't you the girl from AMC yesterday?" And I said, so first I didn't recognize him. And then I looked at her and I just hugged her. I said, "Oh yeah, you were in my life, yesterday." She goes, "Small world, you work here." So me and her talking, I'm talking to her kids. We had a blast. I really love people who just live out loud. Like, yes, it was just a Netflix premiere, but why not take it to the next level? Like for me, I just brought out my clothes. Like I wore that blue jacket at the diamond party. That shirt I brought from a Michael Jackson store pop up that came up 5 years ago for Thriller 40. That tutu, I don't even know where it came from, but I'm sure I wore MJ. Like in other words, it was no effort. I just came as myself. Stranger Things in my sky, literally. For those who haven't seen the series, there is a Russian connection with Stranger Things. Wanted to hear Thriller and Stranger Things finale. The one part would have been perfect if you know. Yes. Let me tell you something. I don't mind sharing this with you guys because this, you guys are my Jackson channel as opposed to Gadget Trish. Can we just say shout out to the Prince estate that got to beautifully marry a certain song, a particular song for a scene that happened in Stranger Things. It made me literally cry. And I said, wow, what a missed opportunity. Um, if they were going to like think outside the box and just use something from Michael Jackson's catalog in the 80s, they could have just went with Human Nature. Again, I don't want to say anything for those who haven't seen Stranger Things, but there was a particular scene with one of the characters. Human Nature would have been really nice if we're thinking outside the box of people's catalogs. Shout out to Prince Estate. They won. I don't know why. I mean, we're glad we got a Michael Jackson reference with Rockin' Robin and the mention of the Wiz and the Scarecrow and all the other stuff. A win is a win. But dang, bro, I was crying specifically at the part where they used Prince had 2 songs in there. It was the second one. I was like, no freaking way. Um, that voice is telling me to go to Cali as well. I know, like, how do you win here? So for now, financially, I'm stuck in New York, but I will never claim to be broke. I know for a fact your life can change overnight and for the better in a matter of a second. So with that being said, like I'm still throwing stuff on eBay. Like this month, I'm focusing on returning things that I'm not using. So far, I got $51 back on my account. But probably will have 400 or 500 by the time this month is over. I'm spending as little as possible, and I'm definitely being more proactive in all my social media to keep generating more money from the Google side. And even though I have a partnership, the partnership is for product, not money. But you never know what can come from that. Does that make sense? So for now, uh, we're working on trying to get to Cali, but I don't know. I will have a better answer for you guys probably in April, what state I'll be in. I don't think I'm going to be able to reveal the theater. Because again, it's not just me and my group; it's a bunch of us, and not everybody wants to reveal that. So, will the Michael biopic movie appeal to the future generation of people in 10 to 30 years in the future? I hope. Um, I hope the trailers or the teasers have been really cool. Um, it's something that I hope that if it's done right, it will. Michael Jackson has one of the best legacies in history. This is a person that from the day he transitioned, his legacy was reborn in such a way that even I, as a Michael Jackson fan, since being an 80s kid, never saw coming. I've never seen such an outpouring in love for somebody as they transitioned over. And then you guys kept this energy for a decade and a half plus now. And I'm talking about like new fans, like young new fans like Tori, of fans like there's so many like little children that we see on the internet every day just really loving Michael. And then these people weren't even born when he was on the earth. They're young, like under 10. Michael, thank God his legacy is being continued through the fans and the fandoms. And unlike most things with that type of history, gets new fandom every day. So if the biopic is right, yes, it will be going on for that will be a classic, a staple. You haven't seen a single episode. I'm going to leave the Stranger Thing for hopefully tonight or tomorrow's discussion, but it is a very interesting series. It takes place in the mid 80s and has a beautiful nostalgic type of vibe about it. If you love all things 80s, I think you will love the show. We've first I was like, what the heck is the show about? But I think for me it's the marriage of music and style, and just it was pretty much my childhood, in the form of a series. It was beautiful. It's yeah, I mean, I'll talk more about the finales later on, separate channel though. Hey, oh, I love I always, Sophia, I'm telling you, my dream is to get to the UK, man. True story. I wanted to move there. I'm like, hey, I could move there. It's one place I don't have to learn a new language. But yeah, God had different plans for me. But I've always had this fascination to go to the UK, get some awesome vegan food, made me treat myself to a Stella McCartney, bag or something awesome. I'm a big Stella McCartney fan. I love her shoes and bags and her clothes. I have some of her clothes. But most of my stuff has been consigned out. I only have like maybe two or three things I was able to get from an actual department store, but it was in like clearance. It wasn't like I could ever afford to get it like full price. Um, yeah, I was sobbing. Definitely, probably at the same part. I was like, no way. For Christmas, I got the Michael Jackson off the wall book, favorite Michael Jackson book, and one era you can't wait to see in the Michael movie. Me, oh, that's awesome. Good for you. Definitely want to do calorie, but my bank account so far, yeah. But I'm one of those people. We know Cheryl's a good person for manifesting what she wants as well. We know if you put energy into what you want, it might go in your favor. So, you guys know I haven't been traveling. Last year was the first time ever I didn't travel in over like, I think I've been traveling for 7 to 10 years in a row. Last year was the first I didn't do it. There was just no way I could do it without causing me to have, go into bankruptcy. However, the best version of me came out in terms of being able to spend money, how to navigate money better. Um, I learned how to do things on a budget. I learned how to trim the fat. So with all the things that I planted for 2025 might benefit for 2026. Granted we only have a few months to the biopic. You never know, what could happen. Like I had one item I paid maybe $100 for it, but I sold it for like $300 plus. Sometimes what you need is literally in your house already. So just think about things you might have doubles or triples of. It might be grown in value or grown in value. Um, if you're willing to let it go, let it go. Yes, little Ace, you read my mind. Yes, yes, yes. That is one of my favorite little moonwalkers. Um, I don't know about the biopic, but Michael's music itself connects with every generation, even 30 to 50 years from now, including AI kid. Or I mean, I guess including all kids. Yes. And that's what makes his legacy very unique. Um a lot of music doesn't age that well. And of course, shout out to the Jacksons 5 and Jacksons for having a similar longevity, right? Because Michael started there. Jackson 5, the Jacksons, and Michael's music has aged very beautifully. I don't, if you guys don't know me, I'm not a fan of old music at all. um when I'm playing a lot of music, it's TJ Jackson's new music, Terrell's new music, Austin Brown's music, of course Chris Brown. um that's what I listen to a lot. Of course, now Michael and Janet, or the Jacksons in general, is the only music that I listen to that is the exception. But what I really listen to, oh my gosh, it's usually new music. Paris Jackson, Savannah, what is her name? Billy Bottega. That's what I listen to when I'm not in station head. That's what I really, really listen to. Lately, I've been loving a lot of rock and alternative music. Um, I do have a little, I do show love to like 80s pop music because of the whole Stranger Things. It kind of like brought some of my memories from my childhood. So I've been playing that lately. But I'm just talking about like before Stranger Things or whatever. Boom. What do you listen to? Newer Jackson music, Chris Brown. I would say Chris Brown is by far one of my top artists I play outside of the Jacksons. But I say all that. Michael's and the Jackson music is an exception to the rules of what ages well enough to continue to listen to. Beautiful catalog. You should be proud, guys, for what you created for the fans. I'm now 25. I was 13 when I truly became a moonwalker. Same with my older brother. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love just seeing the young fandom. It's beautiful. Happy New Year! It's definitely on the cards. Like I said, right now, I would say my number one goal is to get my debt paid off and no, actually my number one is to get healthy. I do have a little bit more weight to get off, but this is a good time to plug my partnership. I don't have uh what you gonna call it for. I don't have a official flyer on it, but I'm working with this company called A Healthy Crush. It's a Dr. Sabi influence company, and they were kind enough to send me product to help me with my weight loss issues because I've been working hard for over a year, barely lost any weight, and most important, there's like some issues in my gut area. Kidney issues, you name it. And so they were kind enough to send me a package. I get it any day now. First, they gave me a food sensitivity test, and we come to find out that the healthy Dr. Sabi food approved stuff on the list I'm sensitive to, which causes inflammation, it causes problems. Like I noticed since I gotten the diagnosis, like I'm always scratching. I just thought I had dry skin. That's connected to food sensitivity. So if you ever see me scratching, it's probably because I ate something I had no business. But now that I know what it is, of course, I'm eating considerably less. And in a few days, I'm getting rid of all that for months. And so if you guys are interested in taking your health journey to the next level, to follow my Greetings and New Lean, new shorts and long form and lives are coming because I think this will help me get that weight that just would not come off. And I was in the gym every day, 30 minutes to an hour, walking everywhere. You name it, check, 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 check. And the weight barely came off. Now I bet you if I take the stuff I'm sensitive to out, in conjunction with, the stuff they're providing for me with their reset program, I know I'm going to get to where I need to go. Health is your best currency because it helps you have a clear mind, good energy levels. Um, in my case, I struggle with walking. I'm sure me being 40 pounds overweight's not helping. It just helps you to have the most optimized version of yourself so that you could have more energy to do, a full-time job and a YouTube, channel or TikTok channel, whatever you're doing. So with that being said, please, please follow that vegan channel. It's going to go to the next level this year. And I'm excited for this partnership for sure. Um I was really happy when they included this song by Michael Jackson in his scene of robbing. Yeah, I guess that's as good as we're going to get, y'all. That's I'll take it though. I'll take it. It beats nothing. I have been to the UK 3 times for King Vengeance. Oh, that's awesome. They actually came here this year. So this is the reason why I didn't make it this year. I was so one of my cousins had a milestone birthday that day. Now I couldn't afford to go to his birthday party either. It was like $400 or $500 to go to his party because it was not in New York City. So you would have to get a train to get to where he was and a hotel. I couldn't afford it. But I wasn't going to be that person to go to King Vention when his birthday was that day too. I know he would see it as, oh, you went to this, but not my birthday. And I love all my cousins dearly. So for that and that reason alone, I just didn't go because it just looks bad. Because I always put my family before everything. God, family, and then what I like to do. Oh, so no. So I heard the New York King Vention was awesome. Um, I know I'll go to a King Vention one day. Just wasn't going to be this year, or last year. Um, Where do you think the press tour will start if they do one? Well, definitely California. I think New York is going to be there. I think some place in London. Um, if they're smart, Japan. But if they're doing Japan, it's going to be June-ish because their release is a whole different 2-3 months away from us. But for April's tour release, I'm gonna say LA, New York. UK. I know there's a big Germany fan base out there. Who knows? Because they got blessed for that Michael Jackson Thriller 40. They got a pop-up immersive experience. So I feel like Germany might get some love. Do you guys have any thoughts about where the press tours will be? That's actually a great question. 2026, we about to get a taste of some Mania. Yes, I already see and feel it building. How nice that we get to experience that. Because if anybody who's been a fan for, I'm going to say, minimum 15 years plus, it's an up and down journey. Like it comes, there are people still attacking his legacy. And sometimes we as fans get attacked for supporting the legacy. So to see it going on an uptick of support is so welcomed. And yes, Michael Mania is here and growing. Um, I agree with Paris on the movie. I'm not fully trusting it. Bronca taking all the credit again. Well, the, some fans, and myself included, we are concerned about how the story is going to shape, right? I rather see the biopic, see the final cut before having an opinion. But you guys who've seen, most of you guys are people that are in my lives a lot. The focus should be on Michael. That's this is one fandom. I hope to God they get this right. There are two fandoms to fear for outrage. It's the Michael Jackson Moonwalkers and the Star Walkers. The Star Wars fans. I like to call Star Wars fans Skywalkers. Very vocal, very passionate, and usually they're usually right. So for feeling like, who knows? Yes, if you want, Eric, we could play the teaser again. Let me just cue that up. Or yeah, 1 second. Let me just. I don't mind playing this again. It's Michael freaking Jackson. Happy freaking New Year. All right, let me just switch out some stuff. I wish StreamYard was a little bit easier with going from screen to screen. All right. We are playing yesterday's teaser. Let's go. Oh God. Who's excited? Who's excited? Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Happy New Year to you as well. 80s and the Jacksons is all the listening. That's funny. I don't know why I'm randomly imagining in 2045 taking AI will take over while listening to 2000 watts. Happy 2026. Thank you, Joel. And to the whole MJ community. Heck yeah. Happy New Year, Pete. I heard it was so good. Yeah. But my family does not play about that kind of stuff. They'll be like, "Oh, you dissed me for Michael Jackson." Like they get really upset about that kind of stuff. So, I stayed home. I felt bad. Like I was trying to get out there, like to my cousin's party, but it was just like I don't think my family just realized how financially bad I'm doing. But I kept telling them, but they weren't listening. I just think because they saw me doing all the movie theater stuff, and I'm like, I have a membership for $29.99, 16 movies a month. And then I did find a way to finance the buckets. Like I did some really creative things to get what I got, but it's like certain things you cannot finance. I need to like finance hotels and stuff. Like there's only, the trick with me is I don't charge things if there's going to be financial charges, especially in this case. I'm spending hundreds of dollars in interest right now. So I've learned my lesson, man. Like if it's not a zero interest situation, you can't charge it moving forward. But even doing the financing, my minimum is insanely high to be able to like do what I'm doing. So this year, 2026, I'm thinking about just like, for example, I don't buy any more buckets anymore. I'm trying to like trim the fat even more, just because it's like it costs to do what I do the way I do it. I had to cut my StreamYard service, which was close to $900 a year. I cut it down to like $485 a year. It's little things. I lost one of my websites. You gotta like figure out how to trim the fat, and fake it till you make it, I guess. Um, the promo is about to go crazy. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I had a hard time finding it though. I had a very hard time finding it. I don't know if that was intentional. I wish they played the immortal version of Billie Jean in the teaser instead of just the bass. Yeah, well, I think they just did the teaser just to say Happy New Year. Welcome to the year, Michael. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't wait. I can't wait till we get a teaser or a trailer with more information. That's the next step. Can't wait to see the MJ bio in April. Absolutely. I love how they used I guess that's Jafar's laugh in his teaser. Did you go to the London press tour for This Is It? No, not at all. My first international trip was technically it was in Mexico, but I mean like abroad was in Paris. It was, I believe, in either it was 2018 or 2000 I think it was 2019. That's the first time I went abroad. I went to a Michael Jackson exhibit, MJ Fangirl, and I believe, oh my God, it's her partner. Oh, I forget his name. I think it's Rock. I'm drawing a blank. Her partner wanted to do this. They invited some of us to go out there. And there's a backstory I'm not going to get into, but it let me know there are so many beautiful things in the future if you give yourself permission to come out of your comfort zone. And I honestly didn't want to go on this trip. There was a lot going on in my life, like a lot of really crazy things going on in my life. And I remember when I saw the Eiffel Tower, I said, no freaking way. My mother was so proud that I went overseas, and she was just like, we were trying to get my mom to go, but her husband had his challenges, so she couldn't leave him. But I hope to see the UK. I hope to see the world, Africa, Japan. Oh God. You joined this live late. No worries. No worries. This is super last minute. Even I'm not supposed to be here, but you guys are worth it. I know how you use. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually just put in PTO for the Michael premiere. You know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to do the same. Because even if I'm in New York, I was thinking about, I don't know if you guys know, but my mom had her own Michael Jackson collection. And so I have doubles and sometimes triples of stuff. So I was thinking, have meetups in New York and give away things at meetups. I'm like, I don't need, like I have like maybe 7 copies of This Is It, plus my mom's This Is It. Why not give some of that stuff away? So I want to do meetups and giveaways in person. We can I'm detoxing, but we could just do meetups at places like KFC for like food. White Castles is a Jackson 5 meetup. The Jackson 5 band used to go to the White Castles after their performances and stuff. So I said, you know what? And I'm going to pick budget friendly stuff. Uh, one, so no one feels pressure to have money. You know, you can get yourself a White Castle slider for like less than $5, or we can get some KFC. Like for me, I can't eat any of that. But I could sneak in some salads or stuff, you know. So it's just about just having conversation and hanging out with people and just connecting. So even if I'm in Cali for some of it, I eventually have to come back home. I plan to be watching the biopic for a month straight. The only other movie that got that kind of love from me was Tron Ares. And it's funny, Tron Ares didn't have the best story or script, but visually it was so stimulating. The music was so amazing. And so sometimes if the artistry is done right, story strong or not, you're going to see it. I watched Ares in the theaters 7 times. So Michael minimum is going to be 7. I don't understand. There no new scenes. Yeah, I think it was just more of a refresher. Hey, you know, I think newness is around the corner. Someone had said earlier, February 1st, corresponding with Black History Month. And Cheryl added to that saying that Michael Jackson's autobiography came out that same February 1st. I voted for the Super Bowl because Michael Jackson made the Super Bowl halftimes iconic. Why not have? I mean, the money's there. Why not have a brand new uh trailer showing for the Super Bowl? So many eyes will be watching that day. So who knows? Yeah, I'm beyond excited. I am beyond. Hey sis, what's going on? Happy surprise to see you live. Did something drop? Yeah, so there was a I'm going to call it another teaser. Same footage but cut differently. I'll definitely play that again before I walk out of here for sure. It's not long. The Michael Jackson biopic is coming out. Yes. And actually this brings me to this slide here. My thoughts about this welcome to the year of Michael. We didn't get any new footage, but it still has that excitement that look, this is the year. Welcome to the year of Michael. So I'm with what's that comment that I just saw it? I'm with Geneva. I would have liked to see at least one more piece of footage I haven't seen. But I'm excited that they did something special to kick off the new year. And just think, guys, we're only 112 days away. We're only 112 days away. So if you're like me trying to like drop a couple of pounds, 112 days is more than 3 months to get snatched. Not snatched, but to let in my case, I just need that my pooch to go. But I'm going to be super laser focused with the working out, and most important, it's the eating. Smaller portions, no foods that I'm sensitive to. I'm nervous for this chapter because I have to learn how to eat all over again, but I'm excited just to get healthy and see what it feels like, because I've gone to the hospital for years about this mysterious pain in my stomach, and they're like, we don't see it. Well, it still exists. So I was doing research that some of the food sensitivity might be a link to it. So I'm trying to get there's more things I have to do, and doctors and specialists I need to get. But I'm so excited for this year of healing. I've been last year I was really focusing on healing from grief. And I isolated from almost everyone in my life, including family members. I needed to do it for my own mental health, and it was the best thing I'd done for myself. So now this year, health, right? Health. And of course, grief is continuing, but the grief is not as heavy as it was last year. So I'm like, okay, next step, decluttering the house, putting stuff on eBay, being more present, just I'm excited for this year. So excited. Um, hey JJ, I wanted to come on and show love and support you and you and a great on what you do. Shoot, because I'm not supposed to be on live. If anything, I'll hit you up for a live that we are doing in 2 days. It's supposed to be me and Tori. Um, because I was going to do a year in review, but MJ Fangirl did a year in review. So I think I'm going to pivot a little bit. So, yeah, look out for us for Saturday on this channel. For the UK, when Five Nights at Freddy came out, the merch was so bad. But in America, the merch was much better. So I hope the merch is better in the UK for the Michael movie. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. And you're right. I forget that merch is usually unique in every region of the world. I hope internationally we all get some good merch. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't even realize that. I don't want to butcher his name. Janito. Janito is a little boy playing Michael. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, okay. Well, we'll definitely play the teaser before I leave. Here one more time. Michael's out April 24th, 2026 in IMAX. Thanks for bringing that up. My legs. Um, the tickets are supposed to go on sale soon. I don't have details, but again, it's only because where I was yesterday, I wasn't at the luxury of going live. But moving forward, I don't have nothing slated except my grandfather's birthday. So please don't, I'm hoping nothing drops that day. But I always have a microphone, lights, and stuff with me all the time. When these things come out, hey guys, da 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 da, of course I'll put it on my TikTok and wherever, but more likely I'm gonna go live when the IMAX tickets go live. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. Single SYG single white glove with blast Michael soundtrack. I don't care. Have you seen the movie called One Battle After Another? The song called Ready or Not was in it. Yes, I did. By the Jacksons included. Yes, I did. I think I made a short about it on I Love the Jackson Family. I think I did. 90% I did. But yes, Michael had a good year in the movies. One battle after another. In this movie with God, Mark Hamill, I think it's called The Life of Chuck. The main character kept moonwalking. It was so cool. I know there was at least another one. But yes, things are definitely turning around. We're getting movie references. It's not a movie, but Stranger Things, Rock and Robin. So that's what's up. Yes. If you are part of a fandom, what definitely encourage meetups. It does make the experience better. Um it's awesome. I know when Melanie was alive, our last movie meetup was for the Michael Jackson Thriller in 3D. We went to the 34th Street movie theater. If you guys wonder why New Yorkers go to 34th Street, 8th Avenue a lot, it's a central hub for people who live in Long Island, New York, and New Jersey. So the Long Island Railroad's there, the New Jersey Path is there, the New Jersey Transit is there. Um, if you live in Brooklyn or the other boroughs, most of the trains are there. The green lines are further up on Fifth Avenue. The red lines are not too far from AMC. So the red lines are on 7th Avenue, AMC's on 8th Avenue. The blue lines is on 8th Avenue. So in other words, it's easier, very easy for moonwalkers to travel and meet up. Now, if you guys want to go to KF, more likely if I'm doing meetup, it's going to be at 34th Street or Harlem, because Harlem has the Metro North, but still 34th is better. 34th Street also has a KFC right on 8th Avenue. And if you guys want to do a White Castles meetup, White Castles is like 40th and 8th Avenue. So places to eat, Michael Jackson related is at 34th Street, Madison Square Garden there if you guys want to take pictures in front of the garden. I think I want to do a meetup in Harlem at 125th because the Apollo's there. Granted, Michael's Star is covered, but the Star is there. Harlem also has White Castles, even though Harlem's White Castle, the last time I went there, is super ratchet. I hate to say it, but I've never been so scared of a White Castles in my life. I will check White Castles before I do a meetup there. But I think KFC though is in Harlem, and that's not ratchet. It's just something about this White Castle. There's always drama over there. So I probably would have 2 meetups, one at 34th Street and one in Harlem. Keep you posted. Like I said, even if I'm in LA, I'm going to see the movie throughout the month. So yeah, think about meetups in your community. You don't have to have if it's 5 fans, if it's 2, if it's 3 fans, just have a meetups. Just have fun. Okay, 17, 18. So it's 5 o'clock, right? Am I right? 40, 50, 16, 70, 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. our time out. Meetups are a great idea. Oh yeah, it's definitely happening. It's definitely happening. I have an AMC membership. It's definitely happening. Maybe you could do one. I don't know if Regal's going to have a 4DX experience, but if they have one, I'll let you know. We could do a meetup for that. I find it so hard to find any Michael Jackson merchandise in the UK, so I use eBay because I don't find any merchandise in the shops. There, you still might. So that problem is kind of in international. The United States is finally starting to get merch again. Hopefully, with the biopic coming, Michael's name being cleared again, you'll start seeing more merch. And of course, if we find any collaborations, even if it fan inspired stuff, we'll let you know who's making merch. But merch, there is merch shortage pretty much everywhere. But the eBay route is great. It's a way of supporting someone that doesn't want it anymore. You know, nothing's going in the landfill. MJ Market has stuff if you're interested as well. That's all I can think of course, Michael Jackson's website, but you have been forewarned. You might want to order sooner than later. Sometimes it takes a long time to get the merch. When I ordered from Michael Jackson's website, it used to come quick, but my cousin brought me like socks and stuff a year or 2 ago, and she said it took so long to get to me. So I don't know, to her to give to me. So I don't know. Hey, King Michael, welcome to the year of Michael. Makes me think they will release both parts of the. Oh, that's a good theory. They'll release both parts of the biopic this year. I love how you're thinking. Yes, we support Hill GT too. Thank you. It's been a journey. But you know what? I'm not surprised that my body's betraying me. So in college, I went back to college in 2004. We used to have a McDonald's right on our campus, like not on it, but like super close. So I used to order 2 Big Macs a day, because it was 2 for $4 back then, and eat both in one day. So I gained 50 pounds in I think like 3 months. Everyone thought I was pregnant. And I noticed since that weight gain, my body has not been the same. And I mean, I put on a lot of weight. I think I put on altogether like 60, 70 pounds when I was in college. So when I graduated in 2010, I got some of it off, but just my body has not been the same since that blow up. And think about like especially if you eat processed food, that's most of that stuff your body doesn't recognize as food. So some of it stays stuck in you. It takes a lot. You have to do a major cleanse to really reset your body. And the irony is the program that I'm doing the collaboration with, it's a reset project. So we'll get more into that on the vegan channel. And I will mention that again, probably on the live with Tori and maybe Jay. Because for me, out of all the things that I do, I'm very passionate about health and fitness because I lost a lot of family members young. All of it is health related. And I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for your family. Sometimes bad eating habits is part of a generational curse. Break it. break it, man. Like it's amazing how different your life could be if you're in good health. I'm not advocating being skinny or small. I'm advocating having good health. There's a difference. So you could be a good health at a bigger weight. But you guys know what I'm talking about, because I'm just like, no, it's bad when you're itching, when you can't walk, when you know what I'm talking about, especially if you're in my age group. Like the body starts letting you screwed me and now I'm screwing you back. Take your health serious. And if you are in good health, then get into practices on keeping yourself in good health. So if I had to pick one channel to keep, it would be the vegan channel, because I'm like, what's the point of being fabulous moonwalkers if we're not feeling good, if we're not in good health, if we're not good at mind? You got to take care of ourselves first. The most underrated song on Lady of My Life. Yeah. You know what's crazy? Could you imagine? Getting back to Stranger Things. The scene that they used for Prince's song, Lady of My Life, could have been there too. And I would have been crying. Because you will always, oh gosh, I wish we could have had another Michael Jackson Easter egg in there. It is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. Michael has his own website. Yeah. And there is merch on there for sure. I think it's Michael Jackson website. I'll pull it up if you guys want. The laugh is actually Jafar. If you watch the original teaser trailer, it's the scene with Michael and Quincy in the studio. Got you. I hope the Michael movie will be on DVD, and hope we will get the soundtrack on CD and vinyl. If they smart, yes. That's easy money. The teaser you just played was supposed to be the teaser you just played was supposed to be the new teaser. I ain't gonna lie, that was pure BS. Can they release a 10-second news grades instead of just releasing? I don't know if that was a teaser or just a refresher, or like just to generate excitement. Because I don't think it's a new teaser. We didn't get no new footage. So what would you guys? I would promote this as a New Year's promo, or a Michael New Year's promo. It's definitely nothing new, you know. So they were like, that's BS. I ain't falling for it. What about baby boy? I have a love-hate thing for New York. I love the convenience, but I don't love how we live, bro. It's like, too much for nothing. How much screen time will Barry Gordy have in the Michael biopic movie? I don't think much, because it's his younger years. And it's crazy, completely off topic, but somewhat connected to the biopic. So I saw Avatar, I think it was a week ago, 3-hour plus movie. And some of you fans were like, I don't want a two-parter. We can sit down for 3 to 4 hours. We'll be okay. Listen, if you have health issues like I do, no, you will not. I have kidney stones sometimes, right? And for some reason, this is the day, Avatar. It was a 3-hour and 17 movie, plus I think 30 minutes of trailer. So almost 4 hours sitting down. I wanted to cry, bro. So if you ever see like if you're in a movie theater where you're pillared between people, you don't want to be that person getting up going, excuse me. So usually I sit at the edge of a theater just so I can go to the bathroom without interrupting people. I couldn't get that seat this time. So I was so uncomfortable. I kept fidgeting. I just wanted to get up so bad. I needed water so bad, because that's the way to relieve the pain with the kidney stones. So I say all that. The biopic could still be 3 hours, but the point is, a lot of y'all were like, no, let's make it one long movie. No. After seeing Avatar, as much as I love the movie, I do remember that being a huge issue. But if you do have problems standing still or sitting still for extended time, I would suggest getting a seat on the very edge so you're not bothering people. Or if you are bothering people, make sure it's your people's. But if you have to go to the bathroom and get water, do what you got to do. But I'm just saying, from someone that has to get up a lot, think about placement when you're going to sit in the theater. Um, oh, the days. Well, Harlem and New York are two different things. Harlem is amazing. I love Harlem. Michael will be available on Apple. Really? Will be available on Apple TV as well? Wait, what? How do you know about this? Hmm? White Castle is drawn to crimes for some reason. You are not lying, sis. I went to one in Long Island to use their bathroom. It was full of cops, and they told me to leave because they just got robbed. So I wouldn't go to White Castles. I'm weak. We can skip on the White Castle thing only because the one at 40, the one near 42nd ain't that good either. Like Harlem, at least the one on 125th Street, White Castles, they cut off most of the seating. And there's this one guy, he asked everyone to buy him a burger. But I was there long enough to peep that even when you get a burger, give him a burger, he still bothers everybody. He can be aggressive at times. I don't know if he's still there because this is when they used to have the vegan sliders. They don't have them anymore. So I used to always go to Harlem and I'm like, listen, I'd rather just not have the White Castle if I got to deal with this every time. Because whether I buy this guy a burger or not, he's still like somewhat aggressive. It was a bit much. So we could just do KFC. Or we could just do meetups at KFC. Um, if we were to, if you guys don't want to do KFC meetups, it has to be a place where there could be separate checks. But I do want to make things affordable for everybody. I don't want people to feel pressure to spend 20, 30, $40 on food when you can spend 5, 10. It's just a meetup, talk, chat type of situation. It doesn't have to, like I said, I'm sneaking in food. Like I might order some seltzer water and then sneak in my food without allergens. Like what are we doing? So in my opinion, merchandise is being controlled by the estate, which is wrong. Oh, that's a huge factor, though. You remember you have to have licensing permission, and I think the last collab they had, MJ Fangirl featured it. The T-shirts and merch was insanely expensive. So if I'm saying it's expensive because I'll spend maybe $40, $50 on a Michael Jackson shirt without even blinking, or Janet Jackson. But it was above that. And I said, no. So I think she got some stuff. I think it was a Nordstrom. She got that, that collab came out with. I forget the name of the designer. Forgive me. And then I know we featured affordable stuff recently for Cali, but overall the merch is very light. I think my Macy's had some merch recently, and sometimes Hot Topics or places like Hot Topics, but merch is still scarce because remember you gotta have that licensing, and it may not be affordable for people. And right now we're going through this whole thing with the tariffs, and just products and goods are hard to get in general. So like I said, I work in retail. We're having a hard time getting merchandise right now. I'm not sure what the factors are, but my dad went to Michael Jackson in Liverpool in 1988. I can't find any footage, so if anyone has, that's awesome. All right, if anybody could help uh with lost footage from 1988, reach out to my legs for sure. I try to meal prep now because hunger is a symptom. So when you go to eat, you will wait. So when you go to eat, you will eat whatever to cure the hunger. So yeah, I struggle with that a lot. Like I don't like being hungry at all. I do the most unfamiliar. Like if you're trying to lose weight, they always tell you don't eat before you go to bed. I always do that. My stomach is huge. So, I have to work on that. I don't like being hungry though. I hate that feeling. Yesterday, when I went to go see Stranger Things, I got me like these little vegan nuggets. Hour later, here comes Fatback Trish. I had some leftover Chinese food in the bag. So then I ate that too. So the sodium between the vegan Whoppers and the Chinese food was too much. When I get home, my feet are swollen, bro. And I'm like, Trisha, you could have just been hungry for an extra hour. Get some vegetables in the house. I'm like, oh, you're right. If you're going through I call it a fitness transformation, give yourself grace, figure out, like one of my main things is I never bring junk in my house unless it's the holidays. Make sure you have fruits and vegetables for snacks. Like my favorite snack lately is a salad. What a weird thing to say out loud, but I on purpose eat salads. Just find a way to make it enjoyable. My apples used to be my go-to, but that's one of the foods I'm sensitive to. I only can get Granny Smith apples, and for some reason I can't find it in my neighborhood, organic ones. So I have to go to Trader Joe's, get my cart. But the point is, find ways to make sure that even if you're hungry, you're gonna feed yourself stuff that's going to keep you in the direction of, healing or losing weight. Depending on what your journey is. But child, I hate being hungry. Hey, Tris, do you think the official trailer will drop? Do you think it will drop on the day of the Super Bowl before? My vote is the Super Bowl because one, it is a financial flex like no other, and you get the biggest eyeballs on your product. In this case, we want the world to know. If you don't know, Michael Jackson's biopic is coming out. By the time the Super Bowl happens, the biopic is not that far away. So it's going to be fresh in people's mind. It's going to be people have YouTubes about Super Bowl commercials. I think they can afford it. I think they can afford it, so go for it. I think it's a good investment. But if they put it before, I'm fine. But if you're going to do it before or after, please make a beautiful Michael Jackson Easter egg reason for dropping it. So whatever day they do decide, make that a thing. If they really want to do a flex, let's say they release the trailer, let's say on the Super Bowl. Let me see. When would it make sense to drop something special? Let's say February 1st, since Cheryl made the connection of the other autobiography being out that day. You could do some type of collaboration with the autobiography, maybe have a free ticket if you buy the autobiography, like a re-release per se. You could, if you're going to do it for a Super Bowl, a collaboration, why not partner with KFC and have maybe special Michael Jackson, they call it chicken buckets. Even though I know it's a thin line having a chicken association with a black person, but most fans know it's just because Michael likes KFC. But maybe have a collaboration. Hey, for Super Bowl Sunday, pick up your special Michael Jackson bucket of chicken or Michael meal. Find a way to do like a tie-in with something that's popular with Super Bowl, whatever. So if you're not going to do the Super Bowl connection, find some other Easter egg in his legacy to correspond with a company. So there's merch that you're looking for already. Like, let's go back to Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four had collaborations with pizza companies. Oh my God, food. I remember I got Pop Tarts. I don't even eat Pop Tarts. They had cereal. Like Fantastic Four went all out for the collaborations. So just think of tie-ins. Like, okay, we're dropping the official trailer, but here's some stuff to get as well. So I don't know. Like, we don't have a lot of MJ merch to buy anyway, so we're happy to buy it. um, one movie will not do the story justice. Not at all. We already know that from the trailer or the teaser, this is not going past the 80s. So the elephant in the room is they can't talk about certain subjects because of previous legal matters. Y'all better figure out how to work around that. Even if you can't talk about one thing, you can talk about other things. Michael had other situations going on. So, including the public turning on him. So, I don't know. Happy New Year. Oh my God. So the London's in the building. We love y'all. You should have a new trailer by the end of the month or the beginning of next month. Okay. Yes, I know exactly who you talking about. He's been at the White Castles in Harlem since I was in school. Yes. And I don't want to be too harsh on this person. I don't know their living conditions or their money conditions, but we can't have a meet up there. That's the bottom line. The most I would do if we do a meetup in Harlem is take a picture in front of the White Castles and then just head over to KFC. It's like, or maybe y'all can just order some White Castle burgers, sneak them into KFC. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't eat chicken. I know for me being a vegan, it's not, I have to think of like, I might have to stop by Whole Foods or Trader Joe's and pick up maybe something from the salad bar or get a salad from the Trader Joe's in Harlem. But if you guys have food restrictions, don't worry. I do too. There are solutions. There are, Trader Joe's being way more affordable than Whole Foods, but you can get something at the supermarket. Just, like I said, maybe go to the counter and order some seltzer water or just order a cup of water. Oh, can I get a large cup of water? What are we talking? $2, $3? This way, like they're not, no outside food. Just be discreet. That's all. And don't ask them, can I have my outside food in here? The answer is going to be no. Just, just be discreet. Just be discreet. Why should we be charged for Michael Jackson's estate when John Branca, he's no longer in charge? Who should be in charge of Michael's estate when John Branca is no longer in charge? Wow, that's a great question. I won't say a specific name, but I think someone from the family, if that's an option. If we're thinking non-family, I can't think of anyone offhand. Because if you're running Michael Jackson's estate, you have very unique challenges from other estates. So might vote someone from the family without saying a specific name. But I could think of a few people that might be able to do that. But yeah, if anybody has suggestions for who should be in charge, if it's not John, go for it. The average runtime on an Indian film is 2 hours and 40 minutes. Recently, a movie released which runs 3 hours and 30. No way. No way. No way. I'm done. I know for Stranger Things, and I hope this is a trend for 2026. The trailers weren't that long. I saw it 2 days in a row. I don't mind trailers up to 20 minutes. That gives you time if you're running late from work or if the concession line's long, you're not going to miss the movie. But if movies are longer and the trailers are longer, then people are not going to want to go to the theaters. Like I want to see Avatar again, but I'm like, where do I have another 4 hours? Where do I have another 4 hours? I'll figure something out. But it's just like, it's not that I don't think people don't want to go to the movies. It's the inconveniences of movies, theaters that people are kind of getting over with. And I would say being in the theater too long is one of them. So I love the movie theater, but those trailers need to be short just a little bit. Oh man, I love tomatoes too, but that's on the list of things I'm not supposed to be eating. I'm not supposed to have walnuts, which I always eat, tomatoes, which I always eat, most apples, bananas. I was just sitting here like, no wonder I'm always sick. I'm literally eating small doses of poison every day, whether I'm eating junk food or not. It's a hot mess. They need to have merch with Wicked. Like Wicked, all right. Best merch ever. What is up with the estate? Do they have a lot of money for anything with Michael on it? They owe the fans good merch for the movie. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, I think Wicked had a good launch for stuff. So did Tron Ares. It was expensive though. Tron Ares had that 1980s. Oh, it's right behind me. Hold on. This is one of my favorite popcorn buckets, and a special friend brought it for me. You know who you are. It's a wink to the Tron legacy. Hold on. This might be my favorite bucket of all times. I don't think the light. Hold on. It's supposed to light up, but I can't seem to find the button. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can turn this on. This was also my most expensive popcorn bucket, $80. But it lights up. I have to build a shelf so I could get it displayed in the living room. Hold on. I don't even know what Tron Tron was, but the marketing was actually really good in New York. They were very aggressive with it, with the marketing in New York, and I was like, "What the hell? Why y'all going all out?" Oops. Oh, there's actually popcorn in here. No. What else? I don't. Most of my buckets are not in my office, but to piggyback, we deserve. Now I didn't get Wicked merch only because I don't collect Wicked stuff, but they had some really cool buckets. Their stuff sold out super quick. Getting on late question. Does anyone know where the world premiere of the Michael Jackson movie will be in London and the United States? No clue yet. No clue. So I'm gonna tell you guys right now because some of you guys know me personally and some of y'all know me private. Just on me through YouTube. Sometimes I do get inside information, and sometimes I can't share it. So far though, on all on everything I know, I don't know anything as of yet. But that I might be in a position where I can't say anything. So please, nobody get mad at me if, well, you knew. Sometimes I can't say nothing. So for now, I know nothing. We're just speculating like everyone else. But if I'm begging though, if people know something I shouldn't be knowing, just don't tell me. So I'm not even in that position, if that makes any sense. Now, but I know nothing. I'm hoping though they do something special. So in the movie community, we have what they call fan events. They cost about $30 to attend, but you get a special piece of merch. For those who like SpongeBob SquarePants, if you see the movie tomorrow, you get a special keychain at AMC. I'm just throwing that out there. That's more like a gift, but a fan event's a little different because the AMC thing is you could use your AMC membership. They're not going to charge you extra. But a fan event is usually the movie's released the day before, so that would be April 23rd. You get a special piece of merch, and sometimes you get access to the popcorn buckets first. So if you're like, well, why would I spend $30 if I could just use my AMC or my Regal membership? Because you're getting the buckets first, you get an exclusive merch. Sometimes you get posters. For Superman, we got a comic book, a collectible comic book. For Tron Ares, I got collectible posters, and I got a collectible keychain because I went to all the events for Tron Ares. And actually, though, again, those weren't events; those were more like just special release dates. But fan events, Superman being specifically the best example, you only were able to get this special comic book if you went to the fan event and paid the $30. I hope the estate does that because that means we get to see the movie one day before everybody else. Plus, we get the special merch. Um, then you have estate premieres and stuff. Unfortunately, you have to know somebody on the inside, or someone from the inside reaches out to you and say, "Oh, I saw your channel, I saw your TikTok." There's a couple of people I know from their TikToks. They're probably going to get those invites because they have viral videos. Um, Unfortunately, you really can't hook your people up. Usually, someone's hooking you up because you did something above the average fan. They tend to reach out to dancers, viral video people, that stuff. I know when a Melanie was alive, we did get a hookup or two because she knew people. And then of course you have fan created events where you just have your own meetups. And the most I could do is offer maybe 2 or 3 meetups in New York City. I might even throw in Jersey if you guys want to do Jersey. I might even do Philly. There's certain places I can go because we have the New York City transit is so phenomenal here. But the world premieres and stuff, no clue where it's going to be. Like in New York, we always get premieres. And I always wonder, how do these people get on these lists? Because I mean, these are YouTubers that live in New York like me. And I'm just like, but don't get it twisted. These are YouTubers that are phenomenal. They have a great work ethic. They're viral. Like they're checking all the boxes. But yeah, premieres and stuff, that's an inside. That's a PR thing. And I don't even know where to start to like get access to that. I'm a Michael Jackson fan from the UK, Norwich. What's up? hey, children, his children, hands down. That would be logical, but don't know how this all works, you know? Trisha, may I ask, which month is recognized as Black History Month? February, the shortest month of the year. How convenient. Michael Jackson's children should definitely be in charge of the estate, or maybe one of Michael's nephews. Yeah. If they choose family, though, they have to be very, very business savvy. Um, and I mean, the family's good at with Michael's legacy, though. There's certain members that I could think of that would be really good for handling it, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Um, Not only that, but because of the apps like Amazon Prime, etc., people have chosen to watch movies in the comfort of the home. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a fancy setup. I don't know if you guys ever see my videos of how loud my heater is. My heater, I'm not exaggerating, is so loud. So I could change where I watch movies. Um, for those that are following me on the mirrors of my mind, I'm decluttering the house as we speak. There is one more big room in here. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe we'll put a big screen in there. The heater's quiet. Um, if I had to be honest, I do prefer watching movies at home, but I just don't have an ideal like situation here at all. So like even when I go to hotels, like lately when I go on trips with the sisterhood, I actually get my own room. I just want a nice, clean, zen place that I don't have that yet in my life. I just want a place that's not looking like a crazy hoarder lady lives in here. But yeah, I personally wouldn't put a lot of money in this apartment. There's a lot of issues, mainly with flooding. So we've learned the hard way, do not put nothing nice in here at all. So, I'm like, I wouldn't put like a $3,000-$4,000 television here, knowing it's going to get flooded out. It's crazy in here. A lot of water damages in this apartment. But some of you guys are lucky you have a great movie setup. It is better just to watch it from home. One day, I'm manifesting it. a better home experience. Not only because I'm sorry. Exactly, the kids should run and have a say in everything. Yeah. Do you know that Michael Jackson performed in the city of Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And these are, like, again, great opportunities to maybe do meetups in very specific places, and make those connective tissues. Uh-oh. I think that's my job. Okay. It's not my job. I was like, oh no. I was like, am I in trouble? Probably. Yeah. Why are you overthinking when I said the trailer may release? No, I'm not overthinking. I think that's actually a good day. It's the start of a. Yeah, I think it's a good date as well, for sure. I don't care for all this popcorn buckets of merch. All these special items are just a car. Listen, it is a cash grab, but we want the bucket. Listen, I am a huge, huge, huge popcorn fan. I have a popcorn machine in my house, right? I have maybe 20 buckets. Now, shout out to Soli. Soli wants me to stop buying buckets, but she gave me permission to get buckets if it's Michael Jackson, right? She's right. I don't need no more buckets. But Michael, I'll make an exception. I do have a Michael Jackson bucket. It's plastic and it's crappy. But in my house, I use all my buckets. All, like, if I'm watching, I'm not saying I'm a weird person, but I just take everything to the next level. If I'm watching a Tron movie, I'm using my Tron buckets. I'm just weird in that way. But no, of course, if it's a crash grab, but we want the merch. It should be Prince Paris and BG yeah, it would be nice. I know this girl, MJ Fangirl. Happy New Year. So we mentioned your recap earlier. Guys, make sure, MJ Fangirl, can I play a little bit of your video of your New Year's recap? make sure you check out her new video. She did a video recently, a live whatever. She did it recently on her channel. Check it out. Um your voice is so relaxing. I always feel this way about your energy. Thank you. Right now, I'm curling on my couch, just listening to you. You're just, oh, thank you. You have a gift of speech. Not sure if anyone has ever told you that. They have. Thank you. It's like, I'm like, my voice, really? Thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Um, I appreciate that. But I have heard that like even when I'm at work, when I'm talking to customers, they were like, there's something about your energy. And I'm like, thank you. But it's so funny though. I also have a very like bad side. And when people see it, oh, they're like, you're so mean. It's not that I'm mean. Let me explain myself to you. Whoever, because sometimes people take my energy personal. I'm the kind of person, if you don't respect my boundaries, whatever it is, even if it's in my energy, I'm going to be really mean about it. So what sometimes will cause my energy to be off if something happened at home. And lately there's been a lot of things going on at home. Like I've been in work crying lately. It's like a lot going on. So for example, sometimes somebody might see me crying, but we're not close. And they'll be like, oh, what's wrong? I'm like, oh no, it's a personal matter. That's my cue. That's your cue to give me my personal space. And then the person doesn't get the cue. Then I turn out to be the meanest girl ever. I'm one of those people when someone says something like that, that's my cue to walk off. Say, oh, I'm sorry that you're going through this. If you want to talk, let me know, but I'll give you your space. I don't know what it is. Like a lot of people like to overstep my energy, and I'm just like, I will be a mean witch about it. So, or if people ask silly questions, I don't do well with that either. So what would be a silly question? Let's say uh something's obvious and you ask anyway, then I get really, really mean, like really snappy. So I'm like, so I have a good energy, but I also have a bad one. I'm not having it. It's like, no, what are we doing? I don't like forced interactions. That's what that's called. Forced interactions, where you're trying to connect with me, but so for example, and I get this a lot, so I'll warn you guys because it's something for me that I'm not comfortable with. So a lot of people like to trauma bond with me because I've been through a lot. But if we're at an MJ event, don't do that because you're going to trigger me crying. So then the answers get really short because I don't want to trigger me crying. So then people will learn like, oh, she was being rude or snappy. Talking about my mom's death or anyone's death is not appropriate at an event. You don't know what you're going to trigger. So I just rather not. If I'm at an event with y'all, let's talk about Michael's legacy, merge. Let's talk about fun stuff. We already have really heavy lives. This is the moment to keep it light. Um, but yeah, I don't mind being heavy on my channel, but not an event. Not an event. Don't do that. Don't. It's like, for me, it's a hell no, and I will shut down, rightfully so. Hey, Jess got here. Yeah, yes. All right, we're going to MJ Fangirls channel, y'all. MJ Fangirl. You're watching MJ Fangirl TV. Here we go. All right. So she did a live. We're gonna cue this up. We're gonna play a little bit because we want you guys to support her channel. We need to get her to minimum 50K subscribers. I'm gonna say before the biopic. Why not? She deserves it. She's put in the work, the consistency. Support my awesome friend, man. Not everybody gets a friend as awesome as her. But here we are. Some of us are lucky. Oh man, it's making me get rid of the teaser. Give me 1 second. It's like, oh no, you gotta get rid of this one. Fine. All right. In the middle of the night.
Hello. What's up, you guys? Happy New Year's Eve, wherever you are out there. Today, we're going to do a really short but sweet 2025 recap. I asked you guys over on Instagram what you guys wanted to do for the new year, the New Year's Eve holiday. And so, a lot of you guys, I'm trying to position myself so you can see me better here. A lot of you guys actually said that you wanted me to do a little recap. So here we are. We're going to talk about some of the Michael Jackson news that has come out. And Allison,
There we go.
I was hoping for that, but in January, we found out that that was not going to happen. Um, and sadly enough, in May and June, we found out that the biopic was going to be delayed because originally it was going to come out in October, you guys. But then we found out that it was going to be delayed until April 2026, which is now like 6 months away, which is very exciting news. And then, of course, in November, we got the first Michael Jackson teaser trailer, which I'm not going to show here, but I think that you guys would all really enjoy going back and watching the recap video that I did with Randall. We did not do a live recap, whereas we didn't do like a live reaction, but we digested it. We took about 24 hours to think about it and then came to the not even 24 hours, I think it was like 12 hours. We came to you guys with our thoughts. So that's that. Hello to George, Jeanette, and KZ222, Katarina from.
That was actually a perfect clip for today's live. I did see the Randall and MJ fangirls feedback on that. Super funny. I think Randall and MJ fangirl are like YouTube magic. Just great commentary and feedback. I love those two together. Let me see. Yes, we want now. What I don't want an $80 popcorn bucket. Like, my opinion, anything over, I'm gonna say $30 for a popcorn bucket could be a bit much. Are we gonna probably have popcorn buckets more than $30? Sure. I don't care for it. Um yeah, I look about how much money I spent on popcorn buckets this summer of 2025, minimum $500. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. And like I said, if you're clever enough to do a Tron Aries stunt, sure. There's another bucket from Fantastic Four. I think it was called the Galactus. That was $80. I did see that one. That was too big. That stayed right in the theater. But I did want the Herbie one. The Herbie one was $75, which I still do want. But I have a Star Wars living room, so I would just put that where the other droids are at. And actually, the one from Fantastic Four that was $75, actually, it had multiple purposes. It was a cup in there, it was a projector in there. Like, at least it was justified. But I really don't want expensive popcorn buckets. If I had my vote on that, because I was like, come on, we got to pay for the movie. Some people are probably going to buy outfits. Like, no, no, we don't want $100 popcorn bucket. But who knows? Who knows? We have two Michael Jackson YouTube fan queens here. Oh, shut up and thank you. Thank you. Listen, I will always give credit where credit is due. MJ fangirl kept me in the Jackson space because of course we were here, but I almost gave up. I almost threw in the towel. And when you have a good friend who has good advice, good perspective, she could have easily said, all right, well, less people for me to compete with. No, she actually gave beautiful advice, and we're just there for each other because it's a very, very, first of all, the Michael Jackson space is considered very niche. I think it's going to be growing epically because of the biopic, but we were in the space before the biopic, and it has unique challenges, especially with advertising dollars. So for example, I get paid way more on my vegan channel because food has a whole different rate. And I actually sometimes get paid well for gadgets, depending what time of year it is, especially if I'm doing like Disney unboxings and stuff like that, because Disney will put ads on those videos. NutriBullet has been really good with me with the vegan channel. So the point is, it's not good for getting the money. But if you love, if this is my best advice I can give you from someone who works a very ordinary job. If you get into the social media space for all the right reasons, which means you're just passionate about what you're talking about, then that's the real reward. Will you get monetary rewards and stuff? Maybe, but monetary can't be enough because a lot of people drop out of the Michael Jackson space or the Jackson family face space because it's not a very lucrative niche. So for now, my only thing keeping me going is for legacy. There's no other perk out of it. To restore the legacy and build community with everyone else. Like there's no that's the only perk out of it right now. But but I have other channels. It's ups and downs. It's just you gotta really just love what you're talking about and whatever. Like on Gadget Trish, the inside joke was I went live before people watching. It's not definitely not for fame. Nobody knows who I am on that channel, but it was just like, hey y'all, coming live from me. It was so funny though, because especially when I got off the camera, they were like, "Oh, who do you work for?" I was like, "Oh, it's my own channel." Like, you just enjoy what you're doing. My pet peeve is when people ask me questions in real life. They can Google. I can't believe you have a bad side. Oh, I do, and it's nasty. It's mean girl nasty. I won't get into details, but someone ripped me a new one last month. They said I'm very cold and I'm very unkind. And I was just like, so listen, getting back to my energy, if I'm coming in being abrupt, it's not about you, bro. I have a sick relative right now. I'm dealing with stuff that I can never say on the internet ever. There's stuff that people have no idea that even though I'm very open, there's things I still can't say. And so it's like, you should never bring your outside life into wherever you're going, but sometimes humans have emotions. And I'm one of those people. I shut down a lot because I just hold a lot of stuff in. So I was just like, so when this person wrote me a new one, I said, my response was, I told you I'm very antisocial. And I guess I said, if I'm a villain for being antisocial, I'm sorry. Like I always tell people, I don't really like to talk like that all day. No. So we worked it out. Me and this person are fine now. But it was just like, am I being villainized for putting up my boundaries? Absolutely. But I don't care. I'm still going to be that person. If you're overstepping my boundaries, I'm a witch. There's no other way to say that. I could be such a jerk sometimes. And I don't mean to be, but people, especially with me, people think I'm so naive and so dumb. And I'm just like, you're about to see the other side of me and you're going to get, I'm going to rip you a new one. I have a very loud energy. I know how to project it quiet. And people, when they read it, oh, she's so mean. No, you're not respecting my boundaries. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered. Like, I go through a lot at home, bro. A lot. You have no idea. Um, Mean Witch might be a little sister Scarlet Witch. I try to be nice, but people always underestimate me, and the older I get, the more I put up my boundaries. Rightfully so, though. Like rightfully so. Like if I'm telling you back off, like I remember the day this situation happened. It was the day my relative went into the hospital, and I'm at work and I want to be at the hospital. And there was just so much chaos going on that day. And then I still had to do an event for the people I freelance with. It was just such a chaotic day. And I was just like, and I told the person, hey, something's going on. I'll be with you. Next thing you know, yeah, ma'am, what are we doing? It was weird. It's like, right. And honestly, that's what I really am. So how I'm able to do social media to the level I'm doing it is I'll spend more time quiet than when I talk, so that I mainly talk to you guys. But anyone who's ever lived with me, boyfriends or roommates or family members, they'll tell you there's very much a big quiet side of me, and I do better when I'm to myself. I don't mind collabs. I don't mind talking. I don't mind these things, but in small doses. So, like even this last year, what I've learned about myself is I thrive better when I talk to people less about my ideas. The time you spend talking about those ideas, you just could have just did it, right? So I don't tell people what I'm going to do. You're just going to see me do it. Because to flesh all that out. Now, if I'm doing a collaboration with MJ Fangirl, that's completely different. And MJ Fangirl is very efficient with her time because her schedule is even more chaotic than mine. So, like when I talk to her, it's always, it's very efficient. So I don't mind talking to someone like her. Her time is just as valuable as mine. But if it's going to be like conversations about what we're going to do, no, let's skip that conversation. You could be working on your production thing at home privately. And if you want to like bounce back with me, fine. But it's just like, no, just get it done. Just get it done. Like, what are we doing? I can totally relate. Yeah, I'm like, most social people have an antisocial side, just to throw that out there. And a lot of people don't get that. They just think we're these people 24/7. Absolutely freaking not. No way. Like, especially me. Like, I'm lucky. I could cry over something traumatic and be fine in 10 minutes, but I still need to get that out. What's next? We haven't at the mic. Well, I don't know about you, but my detox journey ends very, very, very close to that biopic. I haven't decided if I'm going to have processed foods. For me, because I do have a very addictive personality, my drug of choice has been processed food for almost my whole life. And I find it crazy. It's the hardest thing for me to break from. I'm actually challenging myself not to really mess with processed food. So I'll probably be sneaking in a salad. I might buy some seltzer water. I don't know. I really want to get healthy. I really do. Like right now, I'm in a lot of pain in my stomach, and I'm just like, sugar. And I think I know what probably triggered it, but it sucks. It sucks to be in this kind of pain all the time. Oh, snap. When's your next video, MJ Fangirl? So, no. The only reason why I warn myself, y'all, about my personality, because some of y'all have seen it. And some of you guys have been, oh, she's so mean. No, I'm not. You're not respecting my boundaries. Like one person keeps wanting to talk about the current situation with my family member. So I said, hey, I don't want to cry. Do me a favor, let's not talk about it. And they still keep trying to talk about it. So now I just do this weird thing where I walk off. Is it mean that I do that? Yes, but I don't want to talk about it. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Especially when someone's like newly sick, your mind just starts going crazy. And you're just like trying not to like think negative because you don't want to like block the blessings of healing for that person. So the point is, I just do really weird stuff like walk off on people. I don't care. I'm being honest. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. So you're not caring that you can trigger me. And when I get triggered, it's that really bad crying, life is coming to an end kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't want to do this right now. I just don't. Thank you. One of Michael's favorites is popcorn. Yes, the hot sauce, popcorn and hot sauce is delicious. We tried that at Havenhurst for me 2 years ago now because I was 2024 at the King of Popcorn. And sometimes I do put hot sauce on popcorn. Popcorn, for me, I think I could eat. I have to check my sensitivity results because the oil might be inflammatory, but I don't think it's not. Most movie theaters use coconut oil, but I would have to see which theaters use the oil and which ones don't. Am I going to King of Popcorn this year? I would like to. Inside information I think I could share. There are strong rumors that they are doing a King of Popcorn for 2026. When it's public or confirmed, me and Tori are going to talk about it. Yeah. So I hope they do it because there was an energy that last year was the last one. And I'm like, oh, I hope it's not because, we didn't get enough of a warning. And I didn't have the money to go. So I think I think they're going to continue at least another one for 2026. So once we get confirmation, we could talk about, which one I want to go to. Now the only downfall is Heads Up, my freelance job just told me I have a very important project to do in some of the time frames that the popcorn thing may happen in. In theory, I should still be able to go if it's on a Saturday because they don't do that kind of work on a Saturday. And you guys know I'm really good at flying in and flying out of places. So it just depends how it falls. If it falls on a weekday, I might be in danger of not being able to go. But if it falls on a weekend, then I can go. Because I said I don't think they do big projects on the weekdays. But we're waiting for the person in charge of the project to give us a date. Because I was just like, need those dates. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna end on playing the teaser one more time. I'm getting so much trouble today, but you guys are worth getting in trouble for. But I still gotta go to work, y'all. I'm losing a lot of money being here right now, but I love y'all. You guys keep me going. You guys get me. I could be myself here. Do you prefer King of Popcorn or Thriller Nights? Ooh, that is a tough one. Oh, those are two different energies. All right, I prefer Thriller Night only because I'm a dancer, right? So even though I have introvert energy, I love a good dance floor. However, the latest King of Thriller Night was a little overwhelming because there was a lot more people. And I think I told y'all I had a panic attack. It was a lot going on. So, if you're more of an introvert, then Thriller Night is not for you. It is a lot going on. If you don't prefer to dance, not that you have to dance, Thriller Night is not for you. If you want more of a intimate moment with the Moonwalkers or even Prince, because Prince comes to some of the King of Popcorns, Thriller Night isn't for you. However, if you can push out your comfort, as I do every day, then I would suggest to do at least one Thriller Night. It is so insane, bro. It's so insane. And it's funny, like, you would think I'd be around all the celebrities. No, I'd be on the dance floor with the Moonwalkers. Once in a while, you might dance with somebody famous. I think we got to dance with Chris Tucker once. What's the guy? Something Payne. The guy who did the choreography with Michael. I got to dance with him. But it's all about the Moonwalkers and just connecting with the fans that were willing to pay, $1,200 or $1,500 to get there. So it's two different things. It's two different experiences, but I can say I paid a lot of money to the King of Popcorn things as well. It's very intimate and just so personable. I got to talk to John Muto. He has a videographer by the name of Tim there. There's another photographer, Will. And of course you don't know these people in the beginning, but because I go so much now, you get to, it's just a great experience. But if I had to pick a favorite, because that was the question, Thriller Night, bro. That's where it all began. Travis Payne, thank you so much. Yeah, for sure. Would be fantastic if the event is MJ related. If I had a vote, now if they're doing King of Popcorn, you want to do a flex? Here's a flex. If the right ears are listening. By the time they do King of Popcorn, the biopic should be out of the theater. Do a biopic night, and here's the extra flex. Have Jafar be there. Have some perimeters. Because things get out of control with Prince there, so I can imagine Jafar be like, here's our lineup to meet Jafar. Please, this is the time frame, because when we do the King of Popcorn events, the pictures are not short, but there's a cutoff because the movie's going to be playing. The biggest mistake a lot of fans make, too much over talking. Like, for example, when I talk to Prince, it's an elevator pitch kind of situation. I might ask a question or I just might ask for a picture, less than a minute in and out, including the picture time, and we're out. If you look at all my interviews, they're not cut because it's in and out. We're out. Here's a quick question. Here's our answer. Bye. You know, because everybody else wants to meet Prince too. So I'm saying if we can get the flex of having Jafar, we don't want to scare off Jafar from ever wanting doing this again. Because I met Jafar at Thriller Night actually. So, but Jafar was hiding, and I just so happenly realized it was him next to me. So with that being said, that would be the ultimate king of popcorn to have that possible. Travis Payne, I was dancing with Travis Payne for the last Thriller Night. Then we just had such a blast because it's when celebrities see the type of moonwalkers that come to Thriller Night, you could tell they're feeding off of our energy too. It's one of the best things I've ever experienced because it's just amazing. DJ, I think his name is DJ iRock, young moonwalker. You know, he's always there. He's just dancing in other ways. It's just so much amazing energy. I can't put it. If you like to dance, that's your place to be. Or if you like to observe people dancing, there's a lot of dancing going on. I think they should show Michael movie at the Palace Theater. It's a possibility. I think that would be a great tie-in. Or to piggyback on what you said, let's say they can't do it at King of Popcorn. Maybe they could do it for This Is Thriller. Actually, that might be the better choice. Guys, if you were to see the biopic, do you want to see it for King of Popcorn or do you want to see it for the Palace Theater? I am curious. Where would you want to see that? Now, as premiere, I don't know if you want it for the premiere or a screening during the actual release of the biopic. That would be nice too, but I'm open to whatever. Do you think Jafar will be at any events at Havenhurst? So far, no. I'm going back to King of Popcorn a few years ago. I only caught him because his brother, Your Majesty, right, was not in costume, but Jafar was. And then I was listening, I overheard some of the conversation and I said, holy, I know who these people are. I mean, Jafar was not but Your Majesty is always with Jafar. So I said, so then I noticed the hands. I said, mother sucker, that's Jafar. So I waited till he was done. That's another thing. If they are talking to another family member, please give them the respect. I waited till they were talking to Franny, which is TJ's wife. And I said, I know you're undercover, but can I get a picture with you? So I wasn't making a big deal. I wasn't screaming. I was very discreet. He said, sure. And I got a picture with his brother, Your Majesty, as well. It was a very brief, less than a 1 minute conversation, and I let him go to where he was going. So if Jafar was hiding then, this is before we even knew he was in a biopic, then that's telling me, because we have to read signals and energy, that he may not want to be bothered in that way. So I don't know if Jafar would be open to a Havenhurst event. You got to also keep in mind, Jafar and them used to live in there. We don't know how they feel to have all these strangers all up in their house. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it would be nice. He was at a Havenhurst event, but he was hidden. Nobody saw him but me. I think someone else said they saw him, but it was probably less than 5 of us that saw Jafar the whole night. He was under a mat. He was completely, we call that terminology doing a Dante. Dante is another family member that 100% is covered, so he cannot be bothered. Those are signals that they don't want to be bothered, and that's okay. You have to respect those boundaries. Do you prefer Havenhurst during the day or night? These are good questions. Both. It's a different kind of magic. Oh my God. Is there a preference though? Probably the day, only because I'm more of a sunshine person. I love the sun. I love the light. I'm not a fan of the dark. However, Havenhurst is very well lit. They got lights all over the place. It's like Christmas every day there. But if I had to pick a preference to answer the question, I prefer it in the day. It's beautiful. Palace Cedar, if I was in America, yeah. Well, let's if they do this for This Is Thriller, it's a more so King of Popcorn is $500 to $800, and the Palace This Is Thriller is $59 to, let's say, $200. So more fans financially would have an opportunity to experience the biopic at the Palace Theater if they're going about it that route. Um and it's interesting, they could do it for both, but I don't know if fans would pay to see the biopic both at This Is Thriller and King of Popcorn. Me personally, I would pay for both experiences because I was like, no, one's at iconic Palace Theater and one's at the iconic Havenhurst. There's a difference. By then, we would have probably seen the movie like 7 to 10 times already. So it's not to see the movie, it's just to be in the experience of the building and the history. So I don't know. I don't know. Blessings in 2026. Yes. To everybody. So guys, at Havenhurst, what were you allowed to go in and out of, and what was shut off to the public? So every single year it varies. There's one thing I'm almost sure I can't say yet, but we'll just wait till everything's public. But the studio was shut off to us, but before they had that big fire in Cali, they had some of the equipment set up. We were able to take pictures from the outside but not go in. But one year it was open, I think at Thriller Nights, but not open, right? But I might be wrong on that. We got to go inside the sunken living room. That's where the bar is. That's where we get our drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, to make that clear. And then the one that I missed, they opened up the other part where Jafar stands on his toes. So every year it's always different. The pool opened up, but there was one year I couldn't get to the pool. There's rumors though, more access is coming our way. And that was actually disclosed from John Muto when I was at the house like a year ago for the last King of Popcorn that I got to go to. So as soon as they disclose stuff, like I said, I had some little birdies tell me some stuff, but I want to wait till it's public information before we talk about it. But as soon as it's public, we will definitely have a separate live about it. Has it been confirmed the King of Popcorn has happened this year? Still hoping I can go, even if it's not this year. It hasn't been confirmed, but little birdies were like, it might be happening, 90% happening. Imagine we got some Michael movie Legos. That actually would be cute. That would be cool. I know, like, you know, a lot of you fans are feeling like, oh, this is a cash grab situation. Yes, it is. Whenever any movie comes out, it is about, you know, getting money from the merch. You saw what Stranger Things did to us. They had Stranger Things food in bulk. Like, I've never seen so many collaborations for a TV show. They had Stranger Things. I have actually, where is it? I just had it near me. This office is a hot mess. I know I had a Stranger Things watch near me. It was just here. Oh, it might be under the hat. Yeah, it is. Stranger Things Casio watch. Stranger Things G-Shock watch. There were so many collaborations with Stranger Things. I even think, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't see it, and I was mad because I was there that night. I just didn't see it. They had this whole thing, Stranger Things, taking over the whole Empire State Building with the lighting. So why not? No worries. I gotta leave very soon. I have to step away. You had to step away. Get back. Okay. As far as merch, I'm okay with the cash grab as long as it's good quality stuff. 100% great. Agree. Especially since we haven't had a lot of merch in a long time. All we got was Funko Pops, which is a big deal. I'm not gonna MJ Fangirl, remember you did a video at Nordstrom's about a collaboration. It was super expensive. Do you remember the name of that? But that was a recent launch, but a lot of us couldn't afford that one. Someone made the Michael movie trailer out of Legos. I've seen stuff like that. There's someone, I think his name is Thriller Bricks. Thriller Bricks says stuff like that as well. That's super cute though. So I'm like, I don't mind this year. Ah, thank you, sis. Santo Studio was one of the last, kind of like, and I think it's a place in California that has merch. I don't know if that was on Tori's channel or MJ Fangirls. It had like really cute short sets and stuff like that. But we're still trying to get back on track. Oh, also they had the Shoe Palace line. I think that's what I'm talking about with the shorts and the sweats and I'm if not mistaken, you did it. You're the one who had the video, if I'm not mistaken. Now that one was affordable. But I'm like, when's the last time we really got Michael merch? I know we have an album coming out this year. I think it's Invincible Anniversary Red Vinyl one coming out. And I'm like, no, I don't mind crash grab. I just don't want the bucket to be Tron Aries or Galactus $80. That's not acceptable. If they're doing a bucket that expensive, it better be a karaoke machine. I'm not even being funny. If they're doing an expensive, you know what? I do have a proposal. I'll let this slide. Hold on. I could think of something I wouldn't mind. I could think of something that might make a nice bucket. I just got to figure out if I could find what I'm talking about. I was like, no, it has to do something. Oh, hold on. I am somehow locked out of my own thing. Shoot, I can't find what I'm looking for. Do y'all remember those old school 1980 cassette players that came out? Some of us were kids, some of us were not born yet. I think I have one, but you could easily convert that into a bucket. Michael Jackson Thriller cassette player. I think it was a player. I think I put one word wrong. And I said, it got to do something. Like, I don't mean light up. Like, make it do something. I can't find it. Shoot. But it was an old school. It was a bunch of merch we had as children. And I'm like, that could be a cool popcorn bucket. Michael Jackson cassette player, I'm going to put 1980s. Maybe I'm putting information wrong. There it goes. Ha ha ha. So, and of course don't do like the same exact thing because you're taking away from the market that already has it. But does anybody remember this thing? Oh my God, it's going for $433. Jesus. So back in the days when we were children, some of us had these. Dang. Yo, if I find this in my house, I'm selling mine. $444. By the way, guys, this might be a good day if you have doubles and triples and you want to like sell some of it. This might be a good year to start selling. The market clearly grew since I've seen this. You could make that into a really cool popcorn bucket, and it has to work though. Like it has to have an AM radio player or a cassette player, and you can make that into a bucket. But in other words, I don't want to see an $80 popcorn bucket unless it's something epic like this. Like, what are we doing? Hold on. I think I'm on the wrong page. Yeah, it's not pulling up what I'm seeing the way I'm seeing it. Let me see if I could do it this way. Oh, these are times I wish I had my iPad. I'm such an iPad person. You would think as a Gen Xer I'd be comfortable with a computer. No. Do y'all see it? There we go. That could be a popcorn bucket, justified for about $50 to $70, but it has to be functional. So I don't want to see no shenanigans with expensive popcorn buckets unless it's doing something. Just throwing it out there because I don't like. I feel like you're going to try to exploit the MJ fandom, and I'm like that we don't want either. I spent up to $100 on Michael Jackson buckets. I'll spend up to $100 on Michael Jackson buckets, but I hope it's more for, yeah, heck yeah, I'm with you on this. Us in the UK have the biopic in our cinema, but we have a long line outside waiting to go in, going to prepare before watching. No way. You guys don't have reserved seatings in the UK? I want them to revamp the LA Gear sneakers. That would be a good revamp. Like if they're smart, these are opportunities to have smart collaborations and relaunching of merch. I know for Back to the Future, we got a really cool popcorn bucket that was made like into the car for about $50 and it lit up. It's so cool. That unfortunately is not near me. It's in my living room. Back to the Future didn't have a lot of merch though, but they had a lot of like revamped stuff. So, does anybody remember Michael Jackson, the experience on Wii? Yeah, I still have it. I have it on the Xbox Connect and the Wii. Heck yeah. Classic games. That would be a cool relaunch. Like find a current like Nintendo Switch and let's do a revamp on that. And the dance routines could be the stuff that went viral on TikTok. So I'm like, you know what? Have you ever wanted to learn a Michael Jackson trend? That could be part of the games. Like certain parts play, that's when the iconic TikTok dances can come out. And I'm like, that would be a good way to learn the dances. Oh, that child, can I be on the marketing committee? That would be fun. But y'all, before I lose my job, I have to go. Let me just throw up the trailer and then we out of here. I got paperwork to do. Yay me. So this time we're just gonna blow it up. Play this for the last time. And if you guys have any last thoughts, you have 21 seconds to get them out. Let's go. Michael freaking Jackson. Let's welcome 2026 as the year of Michael. It's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun year. Even if it's not a fun year, we're just going to escape into moments like this. With that being said, guys, I am going to head over to my JOB. No problem. Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate it all. Tori and I, and like I said, maybe Jay could, well, oh gosh, let me get this off the stage. We're trying to do a live Saturday. Don't have a time yet, only because I have plans. So it's probably going to be late. A mystery live. Not sure what the topic's going to be yet. Because, like I said, MJ Fangirl already has the recap here. So head over to MJ Fangirl's channel to see her recap. But I think I know what the live's about. But I just want to just chat with Tori real quick. And then we will go live probably, late New York time. But we definitely want to just do something for the new year. But this has been a good way to kick off the year. Sorry I came late on this. I was trying to do it last night and my body goes, I dare you. And I passed out on the couch. So it is what it is. Gotta listen to your body. Thank you for coming, MJ Fangirl. Thank you everyone for coming. I appreciate everyone that's in here. And I will see you guys on Gadget Church. If you're on Gadget Church, the Stranger Thing discussion will probably be tonight. If you're a Stranger Thing fan and you want to join me, go on the I Love the Jackson Family Instagram so I can give you the link to join. The fandom has definitely been divided over the finale, which I'm not surprised. And then, for this channel Saturday. So that's it. Michael Jackson movie. Michael Michael movie out in theaters in IMAX April 24th. Yes, heck yeah. Have a good day as well, for sure. See you guys in a few hours if you're on Gadget Trish. I'm a straight yeah. If you want to join the conversation, follow me on Instagram if you're not already. And then even because if you're not following me, it will block the messages, but I'll check messages in a few hours to see if you want to join the talking panel and share your thoughts about the. I have my thoughts about the finale, good and bad, but overall it was a good experience. But I can see why the fans divided. Love one another and be safe. Amen. And yes, Happy New Year. And to my Stranger Things fans, again, I love the Jackson Instagram. Hit me up in the messages, and I will be having links if you guys want to join me for tonight's live. I'm excited about that. If anybody wants to join, a lot of you guys are so shy. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. See you guys later tonight. Goodbye. Bye. Thank you for watching this live or replay. Make sure you sub to this channel to get more content like this. Don't forget to like the video, share, and I will see you guys real soon.